I'm in love with the fact that we actually have a tag. Oh, I just ran over my foot. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Dude, your hair's soaked. Look at you, look how cute you look. Look up. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today we are trying to get the 240 to the point where all that's left to do, we have one thing that's waiting. We have one thing, and the fuel pressure regulator is like on huge back order, so it might be like up to 3 weeks or so at this point until we get it. The car will be ready. With the day we get the fuel pressure regulator, we can drop it in and go to the dyno. Like, that's how this is gonna work. So we've been stockpiling kind of like the rest of the parts we need, where I'm pretty sure we have everything in front of us. I'm pretty sure we're ready to go. Because before we did the turbo kit, we were kind of taking it slow, taking it easy, and we ended up getting a lot of videos out of that and not... Get out of the way. We ended up getting a lot of videos out of that, but the progression in the videos was kind of slow, so I was like, I got bored of doing that. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff today. Oh, do you want to do unboxings? Boom! This is the ADDW1 catch can. This is the same one I have in the BRZ, kind of.
Oh, is this?
I've let Emerson take the catch tank out, but that's it. He's been bugging me for the last week to take the rest of the box apart, and I just haven't let him. I've only let him do this much. Ta-da! So this is like mine, but this one has 3 ports. So mine only had the 2, but because this is gonna be in a turbo application, there's an extra one for extra vacuum.
They even give you a chopstick.
Just one chopstick? How are you supposed to eat rice with one chopstick?
You don't eat rice with chopstick. Alright there, white guy. Ooh, see, I might run this. It's actually
you might run the green?
It's not like, it's like mint green, you know? Just like make it different.
So they got a bunch of fittings and hose clamps and stuff. Those are so sick.
There's green and red.
Yeah, you gotta rock the green on green, dude. These are sick. So these are like little separator holders for when your 2 lines come off the front. You can put them here to make sure they don't like
this is what I want.
Run all ugly. And then we also picked up, you need a Z32 mass airflow sensor when you boost these cars. So we picked up this. We actually got this used for 80 bucks, which is a steal if anybody knows anything about these things. It's a complete OEM, like it's not it's from a Z32, which is cool. And I'll explain how we're gonna run that, because we're gonna run that a little bit different than normal. I'll explain that in a second. And finally, from down under. Oh, we got the NIS tune, baby. Oh, I missed the sticker. That was embarrassing. You held the sticker up and I went over top of it. You wanna try again? Oh, we got the NIS tune, baby. That was better. Holy crap, that is long. Oh. Yeah, I'm glad we decided not to do this ourselves, dude. This is scary looking.
I'm so confused.
They unsolder a chip from inside your ECU and then they resolder this one in its place. Remember we watched that video on how to do it and we were like, hell no, we're not doing that ourselves.
Content static sensitive. Handling precautious required.
Okay, so maybe just leave it in the bag. Yeah, so we went with NIS tune. You want to explain why we went with NIS tune? You know more the stuff about it than I do.
I was gonna go with the AEM. EMS, then I realized how much that cost. Also looking at like other ECUs, like standalones, I was looking at Magix Squirt. Not saying they're bad, they're all good brands. But most of the people I asked, especially with S chassis, they all use NIS tune. Turns your stock ECU into a fully programmable ECU.
Most places can tune this. For the most part, like if we're somewhere and something happens, most people could deal with it, whereas if you go with something else, it's a little more, you run the risk of the guys not being able to deal with it. So what do you want to do? Do you want to drop that off first?
Yeah.
That way they can work on it while we do the rest?
Yep.
So when he flips that dough.
Hey, got it. Pay that bad boy up and let's hit the road.
Okay, I'm just gonna be in Poco for like 30 minutes. So
The what?
I said I'll be in Poco. Huh? I'm in Poco right now.
Okay.
Dude, I love your mom. She literally just calls, you guys want hot dogs and chicken nuggets and fries? It's like, hell yeah. Update, lunch was fire. Thank you, Emerson's mom. Okay, so we dropped off the NIS tune at Racing Greed. They're just gonna solder the NIS tune in for us because we don't want to damage that. It's probably gonna be ready by the end of the day. And then we picked up some couplers because basically what we're doing with the math, the way the kit is designed is the intake for the turbo comes up here, and then you're supposed to put the mass airflow sensor like right there, right on the intake side. Every time you let off the gas, the turbo is gonna surge and push air back out. It's gonna read way too much air. and then it's just gonna stall right out. So the engine will literally just stall if you don't have a blow-off valve. And this kit was designed without one, and we would rather have the stud, like the flutter, than the blow-off valve. So what we're gonna do, install the intake side with nothing there, just regularly. And then we're gonna cut right here, we're gonna cut a little section and install the mass airflow sensor on the cold side of the intercooler. People in Istune said if we do it that way, we can run it without a blow-off valve and it won't stall out because it won't read all that air every time the turbo surges. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so I cut that intercooler piping, so we should be able to fit a map sensor now in between these two pieces. And then Emerson was in the background tapping this out. The catch can came with some extra fittings, like these guys. So it needs an extra vacuum line, and the vacuum line has to run pre-turbo to, for whatever reason, it's how it works. It needs extra vacuum to make sure that it pulls all the air and oil and everything through there properly. Drilled out a hole pre-turbo on this pipe, and then he's gonna thread one of these fittings that it came with into that hole so we can run a line from that to the catch can. And then there's just a couple fittings like T's and whatever that we gotta get that we didn't realize we needed until we started, because that's the way life goes. And once you start, you realize you gotta make your millionth day trip to Lordco. Okay, so the turbo kit for the first time ever is finally 100% bolted up. So we have all the clamps on all the couplers, everything is good. The air filter's on, everything is tight. Let's go quick before Racing Creek closes. Basically what we did was we bought really cheap oil, and we're gonna cycle it through because we did a lot of like cutting and stuff when we installed this turbo kit. So we're gonna put oil through there just to grab if there's any metal shavings or anything in there. We're gonna put all the oil in there. This oil is gonna flow through, grab all of it, and then we're gonna drain it. So we're literally running this oil for like tonight's startup and maybe one more, and that's it. And then we're draining the oil, and then we're gonna put really good oil in.
Oh, we can make it official.
So yeah, we gotta, let's brand this boy up here. Yeah, whatever you want, dude.
No, let's go like that. It's official.
And that is how you install an Istune. Okay, so that's official. I'm gonna do this, and then you do all the oil lines for the oil catch can.
That's it on that classic thing.
Because it's getting later and we're gonna start the card, I don't want to be a complete dick. We're just gonna put this on for tonight. If any of this stuff's going fast, if I'm like time-lapsing anything, it's because it's like getting pretty late and we really want to start it and bleed the system today. There is gonna be a little bit of a mess with this catch can line because Emerson wants to take his time and actually run this one nicely, because this one's kind of in a really dumb spot.
No, it's this one.
That one. Yeah, so that one's gonna be bulky for now. I almost guarantee you when we start it up, just because it's been like 3 or 4 weeks now of this thing going, that there's probably some things we missed. And then I wired up the Z32 math to the math plug from here. I just cut the plug off and then wired these up. So then we're gonna plug all this back in. The catch can's here. Don't know if that's a permanent solution or if that's just like a for now until we see how it looks when it's finished 100% done in the engine bay, and then we tweak it. I got it for you. Thanks. While Emerson fills that, I just want to show you guys what we do with the catch can. It tees off to this line here, which goes into the intake manifold. This line, which goes all the way across, you can see, and then it goes in pre-turbo over there onto that fitting that we made earlier. And then the inlet, you can see right here, we did it off both. So we did it down here off the PCV valve. That hose comes up and wraps around, and it tees off right here because we're also running the valve cover. So we teed both those lines together, ran it into the catch can. That's good and set up.
It doesn't look pretty.
It doesn't look pretty yet, but we're gonna make it look pretty. Wait, what I want to stress to you guys is that this is a trial night.
It's time.
You guys either just got an ad or you're not getting the ad, so you're getting this instead. Or actually, I think you probably get both. But I just did this to create suspense. I love you guys. We're gonna start it in the garage, but we're bleeding the system just to keep you guys up with what's going. So we put coolant in. Emerson's gonna sit there and bleed that. I don't know. Are you ready? I doubt it'll go the first couple times. It's been sitting for a while, but let's send it. Good? First try, baby! Every time! Yo, we got the Civic first try. We got the 240 first try.
Hold this. It's not right.
Go. Uh-oh. Something vacuum-wise is messed up. Is it cutting you off? But not like hot.
Ah,
Yeah.
a little hot.
What was it revving to?
Well, the coolant's going through the turbo.
Yeah,
that's
that's
good
good.
because I can feel that. It'll draw it to like 1300 and go up to like 2300, and then
Yeah, because it sounded pretty loud.
And then if I held it, it would just jump up even more and do it up high. I'm just like, I don't know what's wrong.
So it's got to be air in one of your check valves if it's not.
Yeah, but the heat is like, coolant is going through.
Here's what I say. Let's crank everything down. Go over everything, crank everything down, tighten everything, and then try it again. Oh, buddy! Is it doing it again? So close! Ah. For like the 3 seconds, I thought it was good. It's gotta be just like one stupid thing that we missed. One stupid little line somewhere. Tire injector rail grounds right here.
Yeah.
And I was coming along and making sure all these are plugged in, and I found that that ground was loose. Jeez. Oh, don't leave. It's hot, you dumbass. Okay, try number 2. I look and there's an open vacuum line. It's behind the block, so it's super hard to see.
It's super.
Way. Do you see the little nip down there? And we'll focus. You see that little nip?
I was saving it for the boost gauge, and then I remembered that I was gonna go true boost.
You were saving it for the boost gauge.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Cover that shit up and let's start it one more time quickly. God damn.
There's actually 3 connections.
There's 3 empty connections? How many did you plug? Just one?
Yeah.
And then you looked and was like, oh, there was another one? What were you saving the other 2 for? You're saving one for the boost gauge, one of the other 2. Just for shits? This might have to be the last one. We'll give it one more go.
Oh.
We tried, bro. Dude, I can't find anything else. I've inspected far and wide and deep. I don't know. Do you want to call it a night and Google it? See if you can find something? I mean, we did good. Like, we got it running. That's the key ingredient here. Is it runs. Now we just have to watch as many YouTube videos as possible and figure out what is going on. Like, today's video is gonna end a little bit sadder than we wanted it to. It runs, like I said, the main stuff, it runs. That's the good part. It's really late now and we can't find anything wrong with it. We don't know what's going on, so. And the kit's in, it runs, it's good. Like, everything we did is good. We just need to find the one stupid little problem. And I'm sure you guys will comment and we'll figure it out just through your comments because you guys are like one of the best resources we have. Hope you guys are stoked. I'll catch you guys in the next one when we hopefully have this thing running. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and stay committed.